Yes, here we go. This is good. Big striking. Come on, let's finish it. Finish the fight. Oh, not like that, Kate. Don't finish the fight like that. Hello gamers and welcome back to the Armbar Arcade. I'm Nay and we're continuing our UFC 3 series with a rather different episode today. So I started this episode as usual, accepting a fight offer from Andressa Cavalcante, who had pretty evenly matched stats to ours. We had a 3-week training camp at Crossbreed MMA, but when it came to the fight, it took several takes to really get the outcome that I wanted. Here's the tale of the tape. She was older than us, but we had a big reach advantage. And I was looking forward to the fight. Kate's first fight as a prospect in the UFC. Here's take 1 of our fight. Big head kick early on. Big striking. We knocked her down. And I thought, let's be patient, try and get some more head kicks in because she seemed quite weak to them. A few Superman punches. But her chin was just made of granite. Like, it didn't matter what I did. She would not go down. And I thought, let's be patient. Let's not take too many strikes because, Kate seems to be weak to flash knockouts. Just kept going for it. Kept going for the finish, but also kept my distance for the most part, anyway. Tried to keep my stamina up as well. I thought I'd take her down. But every time I was getting into a position of advantage on top, she would roll us over, put us in full guard. I thought, okay, that's fine. We'll try a submission. Easily got out of the submission, but I think that's more of a general issue with UFC 3. Big Superman punch at the beginning of round 2. But her body kick seemed to really come in around this time. Like, she just started kicking us. Head kicks, body kicks, everything, getting our stamina down. Takedown stopped working for me. And then big punch to the head, second punch to the head, and somehow our chin is not made of granite. And yeah, I was kind of disappointed because I felt like we really could have won that. And I didn't really want to retry that many fights in UFC 3. I wanted the career mode to be a true representation of my playthrough. But I also felt like it would kind of derail our career to lose at this point. So, I tried again. Things seemed to be going pretty much the same way. Whenever I got an advantage on top, she'd roll us over. Superman punches, everything else didn't seem to affect her, any combination of striking. However, when we got hit, everything was super duper effective and seemed to knock us down or really hurt us. And yeah, in this one, she started just raining down blows from on top. I couldn't do anything because we had no stamina left. Our stamina seemed to be ridiculously low for this whole fight. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to win this fight. So here's take 3. I thought we're going to come out with a Superman punch, try the head kicks again because they've been successful. Just keep trying to hit her. I thought I'd keep trying to finish the fight because the thing is with UFC 3, sometimes it will try and throw a curveball at you and, hype up an opponent. I mean, it says the higher the fight hype is, the more difficult a fight is going to be. So I thought, okay, it could just be testing us. However, we kept getting knockdowns. We kept knocking her down. Look, her head's flashing red. She goes to the floor. We couldn't dive on her for some reason. The game just wouldn't let me. So she kept us at bay with the feet. Completely recovered. She's got full stamina. Full head health. Another head kick. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and try and get a finish out of this. But no. She starts hitting us back. Within seconds, she's recovered from a devastating head kick knockdown. And then we get head kick once, and that is the end of the fight. So I thought, no, take 4. I was getting kind of annoyed by this point. I thought, I've got to show everyone watching this series that I can fight with a smart fight IQ, not get caught with the big shots. I didn't know if it was a problem with what I was doing or with the game, but I was determined to overcome the game. So lots of brutal elbows from the top, tons of ground and pound. I was trying to make sure we didn't run out of stamina, but all that would happen was she would roll us over as we were about to get the knockout. So I thought we'll try and just keep getting takedowns because the stand-up was really gassing us out. And then we just get hit again, a one-hit KO. So rolling, as they say in Stuntman. Now this is kind of a supercut of all the fights that I had after this point. I mean, I must have had about 10 fights to try and win this fight, which I know is kind of cheating in a career mode. But look, when stuff like this happens, just every time you go in for a shot, we were getting hit. She submitted us at one point, which was annoying because we had no stamina to kind of get out of the submission. It was going very slowly. I kept getting head kicks. I kept doing great striking, but it was all to no avail, really. Andressa Cavalcante seems to have the toughest granite chin in the UFC, at least in the women's bantamweight division, because we could not knock her out. The head kicks were there. The head kicks were working, but just nothing. And I mean, I feel if UFC 3 continues like this, especially since this is kind of an early fight in the career mode, like we're just a prospect. This isn't like the big title fight for us to finally get on track to become greatest of all time. This is two unranked fighters, with one of them just seemingly invincible. Not to head kicks, but every time she went down, I just couldn't finish, which I know is a problem we had with Jimmy Lights Out Rogers, but I thought they kind of improved the stand-up in UFC 3. So far as we've seen, it's been pretty good. Anyway, by this point, I was kind of giving up, like just lots of Superman punches, lots of kicking, loads of elbows on the ground. I was thinking, if this doesn't finish her, this fight is stacked against me. There's no way that I can win this without that happening. So, finally, I decided one more try, and I will, if I lose, I lose. We'll just have it on our career record. Face to the mat there for Kate. So this is the final try. And I'll let you see the full version of this because it's kind of important to see how overpowered Andressa Cavalcante is at times. So we started off with the classic head kicks, some jabs. I was trying to remain patient because a lot of the time we were gassing out, our stamina was going all the way down, and that was really hurting us in the final rounds. We had a few ones that went to the third round and we just got flash knockout. We just got flash KO'd before the judges could even make a decision. I bet they would have given it to her, but it would have at least been worth seeing what the judges thought of the fight. So yeah, we were kind of trying to remain patient, but also trying to capitalise on the head kicks. And this is kind of a thing with the stand-up, like, it's very constant. It demands that you constantly evade, constant head movement, constant feet movement, you know, keep on the front foot. But all of that takes stamina, so you end up with no stamina and the game's going, well, you've used all your stamina. But if you don't, you just get hit, so it's kind of a lose-lose situation in the stand-up. But with the ground game as well, I mean, you've got more stamina, or at least Kate has. She's a natural grappler. But the problem with it is, by the time we get to a position to submit someone, it's moving so slowly due to our depleted stamina that we find it hard to actually submit them. They can easily get out. I think the opponents seem to always have a near full stamina level, which is kind of annoying. Because if we get hit in the head, our stamina goes way, way down. If Andressa Cavalcante gets hit in the head, her stamina hardly even takes a hit. Like, as permanently goes down as well. I think it's a bit of an issue with the game. So, if that continues to be an issue, I might swap over to a UFC Undisputed 3 career mode. Because I had a play of that quite recently, and I very much enjoyed it. Anyway, we're coming up on the end of the fight here. She stuffed the takedown. She was very good at stuffing takedowns. I decided not to put all the clips of where she didn't succumb to my takedowns in this video, but there were a lot. So here we go. Big shots to her head. She wouldn't let us down again. I really want to do the diving move. I don't know if it's unlockable, but where you dive on their face and just smash them. However, she didn't defend this. She didn't defend it at all, and she went out. And that, I had said to myself before the fight, if we lose, we lose. We'll take it on the record. But I was glad I persevered, and yeah, we were rewarded with the win. It's unfortunate it had to come this way, but Kate Gomez tries and tries again when things don't go her way. So yeah, that's a different episode of UFC 3. So yeah, if you've liked this video, leave a like. If you're new here in the Armbar Arcade, subscribe. Leave in the comments your most frustrating video game moments, whether that be in career modes or just missions that you couldn't get past. And I will see you next time in the Armbar Arcade.